All right, coming up next, a matchup for the UFC heavyweight division title. Well, for a long time, he's been mentioned with the baddest men on the planet. For a long time, though, the title fight eluded him. Not anymore. Here he is, the #1 heavyweight contender, finally making this walk and cracking a smile. He's waited a long time for this. He's not expecting a 25-minute war. He believes he has the power and the skills to get this thing done quickly. I guess we'll find out. Well, a lot of people think it's the most significant title in combat sports. No argument from me. Baddest man on the planet, UFC heavyweight champion. There he is in the flesh. What an absolute monster. What a title reign it has been. But a serious challenge in front of him here tonight. When this man became the heavyweight champion, a lot of people thought that this challenger was the one who would wrest the belt away. Now the fight is here. We'll see if we get a new champion or if this man continues one of the greatest heavyweight legacies the Octagon has ever seen. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. More than a decade separates these two fighters when it comes to the age, with similar height and reach. All right, now for the introductions, we go to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Yves Loving. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a kickboxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA, presenting the challenger downtown. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 236 pounds. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, USA, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, the Great.
UFC belt on the line. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now. Go back to your corner. Ready?
All right, so two truly elite strikers here. We sat down with them on Thursday and asked them any thoughts of taking this fight to the ground. They want to strike tonight.
They want to strike. That's what got them to the show. That is the path that they are normally on. And tonight they get someone that allows them to fight in their comfort zone. They don't have to worry about the finishing takedowns. All they have to worry about is who can rely on their knowledge in the striking to carry them to victory.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
Whiffs on that offering.
That is a thudding leg kick.
Just missed with the left there. Throws the right hand there. Oh!
Oh, nice jab. Big kick lands.
Oh! Just unable to quite find that range. Oh!
News hurts. Serve him up. Go get him.
Looking to land the right just out of range. Just over 3 minutes to go. Oh, and there's another leg kick for good measure. So doing a really good job with that weapon here tonight. And if you're trying to slow your opponent down, mission accomplished so far.
When you can land that many leg kicks, you start to affect the movement. You start to affect the hands. Everything changes when you're blasting someone over and over and over with leg kicks, and you start to see the damage, not only in the legs, but in the facial expression of his opponent.
All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
He's landed that punch over and over again. What's he gonna do to follow up?
Wow, that right punch has been the money weapon for him tonight. And
oh, that was a big takedown. Is this the one that's gonna break him?
Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Blood now trickling down from the eyebrow. That shot cut him. Well, he continues to offer up the kick here, but just misses with that one.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down.
And now he's got the tie clinch.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Oh, big roundhouse attempt, but unable to land. And they separate.
That right hand hurt him a little bit.
Oh, Superman punch. Throwing that jab now again. The fighter evades. Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You gotta like what you're seeing this time.
I mean, the speed at which he throws is crazy. Oh, he hurt him bad with a jab.
Oh, and another leg kick lands flush. And the best fighters in the world are those who make adjustments. He hasn't made many so far.
Yes, he needs to make adjustments. So, one thing you can do is close the distance. Don't give him space to leg kick you over and over again. Get close, fight from the clinch. Take that leg kick away by managing the distance.
He's showing the fight thus far. How's his opponent still standing?
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. It might not be over now, but it's going to be over very soon.
And he switches to southpaw. And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if there's more where that came from.
Boxing, boxing, boxing. Yeah, you mixed it all up.
Oh, big diving punch to the head. Oh, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. What an end to round one. All right, so there's the end of the round. The storyline over those previous 5 minutes, volume takedowns, offensive wrestling.
Yeah, this is an exhausting type of fight. Not only for the offensive fighter, but also for the opponent. Always being under attack, always being defensive, always reacting starts to really wear at your gas tank. It's interesting to see who is more fresh going into the next round. body kick lands right under the elbow. Nice strike.
All right, so he's landed some good...
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, he might be out. And both guys really throwing with authority. Nice head movement to slip the left hand.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one? Over and over, he's landing these big body kicks.
And they separate. And he landed the right hand there. Oh, just out of range with that punch attempt. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there.
Nice punch there.
Oh, spinning back fist. He didn't telegraph that one at all.
Way to hide that leg kick.
Oh!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Missed with that attempt. Lands with the right hand.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round one. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket.
Oh, man, look at that. Picture perfect. Got to the leg, got to his position, got another beautiful takedown.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career.
He's gonna attack armbar here.
Arm has been isolated, but he picks him up and slams him down.
He lifted him through the air, slammed him on his back, and moved right into side control to get out of danger.
Beautiful job to not just turn defense into offense, but also to end up in a dominant position.
Oh, that's a nice strike. Clinch. You can really limit the mobility of your opponent with those leg kicks.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. How about that shin? Oh, continuing to work the body to great effect.
Big body kick lands.
The knee's now going.
Big liver kick lands under the elbow.
Unable to connect there.
Beautiful body kick.
Trying to land the elbow there to no avail. Oh, nice connection there with a punch, DC.
Great timing to land that punch. Real sneaky body kick.
Left-right combo is good. Man, doesn't take a lot of these kicks to produce redness. Look at the left side of his body there. Nasty. Just misses there with the left. All right, he engages in the single collar tie.
Right hand punches the clinch. Digging kick.
Again, he's looking for that left. It's not there. And that's the end of round number 2. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight.
Let's pick up the pace.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent. Oh, body kick attempt here, it's no good. Single collar tie now. Well, missed on that one. Got the single collar tie.
Ooh, head kick lands, it's hurt.
Hey, he's off balance.
And once again, looking for that highlight reel KO with that front kick. Almost in range with the straight left, but that's a miss. Oh, and he caught the kick.
Yes, they hurt him in the last round. Same exact one.
Trying to inflict some damage here, but misses with the kick.
You want a shot? Take the shot.
Nice.
Punch coming, it's blocked.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Oh, Superman punch. Not always easy to execute. He did so there. Well, he's been good tonight, but he missed with that one. Oh, collar tie.
Nice straight punch.
Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home. Unable to land with that punch. Well, we wondered earlier why there weren't as many body strikes. He's making up for lost time here. Shot to the body connects, and that bears watching. That's going to hurt this opponent. Nice jab, follows it up with a nice right hand.
Look at him yank the head and land that beautiful punch from the clinch. Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Ooh, what a punch. Nice.
Good job keeping that head off the center line. Slips to avoid the right hand. All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie.
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
All right, well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Now maybe trying to get to a choke position here, DC. Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here. Just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
Oh, big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be the beginning of the end.
I mean, you got to be very careful when you take these big ground and pound strikes. You need a controlled posture on the bottom, and if you're the top guy, the guy that's looking to finish, continue to gain posture and train down big strikes on your opponent.
Just out of range with that strike. Oh!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Where as he lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, that's what I think about.
than it did, and I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, quite frankly. So near perfect execution on the strike that ultimately results in the KO here tonight. Well, another highlight for the real DC as we look back at that scintillating knockout.
Yeah, but the whole fight, he was landing great strikes, kicks, punches. He was doing everything right until eventually he found the shot that ended the fight.
So the celebration is on for the UFC heavyweight champion of the world, the baddest man on the planet, and your winner, yes, by knockout here tonight.
Knockout, and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world,
Well, he came in with the moniker of baddest man on the planet, and that is exactly the way he goes out. Congratulations to the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, your winner tonight by way of the KO. And that's a big man celebrating with his team right now. Enjoy it, boys.